Almost sharp, right there's perfect, and take a look at that. This is the abstract world of Bryan Peterson, photographing, as you can clearly see right here, the inside back tailgate of an old Chevy pickup. Now, as far as the exposure is concerned, let's get right to the chase here. This is classic, who cares? F11, depth of field is not an issue, so we want to take advantage of the aperture of 11 that often provides the greatest sharpness, clarity, and contrast. Now, I say that with great enthusiasm this time because that's in combination with my brand new Zeiss 100mm macro planar lens. It's a lens that I personally think you really need to own if you like to do macro work as well as portraits. Speaking of which, take a look at the portraits on the screen, also shot with this same lens. Now, I understand what you're up against. You're thinking, well, that's easy for you to say, Bryan, because after all, you probably get your equipment for free. You are so wrong. I pay for everything. Why? Because I want the freedom to be able to say, this is a piece of crap, or this is fantastic. And as a result, I can share honestly with you how things work in my camera bag and why I think you too should consider the same items in your bag. Now, some of you out there, you're thinking, well, that's easy if you're Bryan, who currently is single. What about us married guys? What about us married women? Well, I got news for you. No spouse is happier than with a spouse who's happy. So you simply go to your spouse and say, you know what I'm like when I'm really happy? Well, what would make me really happy would be to buy this lens that Bryan Peterson's recommending. Now you're probably thinking, well, wait a minute, before I go to the spouse, what's the price? About $1,800. The Nikon comparable lens is about $1,000. Come on, it's $800. What's the big deal here? It's an extra $800 for happiness that will last you for years. What spouse can say no to that? So you show them this video and say, Bryan said, I need this in order to be a happier photographer. And you know what Bryan says, happier photographers make super happier spouses. Now, maybe that's not true in my case. You could ask all 7 of my ex-wives and they'd probably say something different. 7? No, I'm kidding. I think it's, I don't know, 3 or 4. I can't remember. It's been so long. Okay, in all seriousness, I strongly recommend it. I gotta hurry because here comes a plane. Until next time, this is Bryan Peterson saying, you keep shooting.